matches done and dusted. On to our fifth and final one of the morning session. Remember, there's an evening one as well at 5 p.m. local time. And it's women's singles that we're about to witness here on court 2. Pusarla v Sindhu, 2019 champion, ranked 15th, seeded 15th, I should say, taking on Wang Zhi, the world #2. It is the bottom half of the draw that is in action today. You can see two of those positions have already been taken, and the winner of this match between India and China will take on Putri Kusuma Wardani in the quarterfinals after Wardani saw off Miyazaki quite easily. Waiting potentially in the semifinals is Akane Yamaguchi or even Han Yue or Gao Fangtie. Those are the players still in the mix as we wait to see the players make their way onto court. Sindhu, of course, three-time finalist at a World Championship, did it in 2017, 2018, and then finally won the tournament in 2019. Now in the latter stages of her career, 30-year-old PV Sindhu, and she will have her work cut out today against Wang Zhi, because Wang Zhi, as we were talking, Bobby, one of the most in-form women's singles players at the moment. She just had a tremendous year. And, you know, when Chen Yufei was taking the break, really came into her own in the second half of last year. You see the head-to-head, this is the 5th meeting. It stands interestingly at 2-all. As Sindhu interestingly hasn't beaten her though since 2022 in that head-to-head. Wang Zhi won their last encounter. PV Sindhu, 30 years of age, from Hyderabad, India, ranked 15th in the world, gone up to #2, of course. That was in April of 2017 when she was world #2. Win-loss record, not the best of reading. It's not been a great season for her. 8-12, 40% of matches won. World Championships third round record, flawless, 7-zip. She has, every time she's made the third round, she's won it. As you see there, the last 2 World Championships were second round exits for Sindhu. 2021 was a quarterfinal exit. I mean, she really peaked in that 2017, 2018, 2019 stage of the World Championships. Beat Nalbantova in straight games, but look at that, 23-21 the first game. And then Leshana of Malaysia, 21-19 again, the first game. Was close first games for her in the previous 2 rounds. And I'm sure this one, the opponent on the other side of the net, is even a bigger ask. Wang Zhi, 25 years of age, from Hubei, China, enjoying her career best ranking of world #2, which she got to in November of last year. Win-loss record of 40-8. That's 83%. In the third round at a World Championship, she's 1-2. This is her 4th World Championship appearance. The one win in the third round coming in 2023, which was the last edition, where she beat Herbing Jiao in 3 games to get to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, in 2022 and 2021, she exited in the third round. Look at that, beating Agnes Kurosi, 5-4, barely broke a sweat there, and then beat Lin Xiangti of Chinese Taipei, 21-18, 21-7. And I'd really like to hear what Bobby Griffin has to say about this match, because it is an exciting prospect on paper, but Wang Zhi has just been in amazing form.
She has been. Just like you were saying earlier, whilst Ansa Young was on for that Grand Slam this year, and it's Wang Zhi that has been in all 4 finals and won the China Open. So, you know, we've got to give plaudits to Wang Zhi, and especially as, I mean, she's got one. It must be something of a disaster to lose in the round of 16 at the Asia Championship this year, because almost every other tournament is a final. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 finals, the last 4 including the Sudirman Cup, which I'm going to class as a final because they were in the final. China came up against,
and she was a big part of the Sudirman Cup team as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Final at the All England, final at the Malaysia Open, both Super Thousands, won the World Tour finals. She's been in tremendous form. Sindhu's now 30, and she's sort of she'll have to admit she's on the decline, I suppose, in her career. She's trying to fight back, she's trying to find a way. But she's 15th seed here this week, and that's due to the rankings. And if you can't win tournaments or get far in tournaments, you're going to slide down the rankings. And it's been a slow sort of decline over time for her. And now, this year, it might be that year where she can't get past round 3. You mentioned she always gets past round 3. Yeah. This one's going to be tough because Wang Zhi is... she's right up there over the course of the last 9 to 12 months with An Se-young and Han Yue, Chen Yufei. I mean, they're all of them contenders here this week. And this is going to take something very special from Sindhu to prevent what I think many will be looking at as a fairly comfortable win for Wang Zhi.
Yeah. Wang Zhi, I mean, she's, you know, she's a quiet contender. Doesn't like to, you know, be in the spotlight. She does go about her badminton in a very quiet and gentle manner, but she just is such a strong player. Has just the same, you know, level as a Chen Yufei. You know, while Chen Yufei, of course, was a former Olympic champion, so all the headlines are about her, but the quality that she has shown when Chen Yufei took a break, she stepped in and became China's #1.
Yeah, it's if you're a very young women's singles wannabe and you want to look at a player to sort of emulate or copy, Wang Zhi is not a bad choice. She's textbook, as is Chen Yufei. The movement, the timing. I think she just lacks that extra bit of consistency that Chen Yufei has. Will make 1 or 2 more errors a game. There you go, there's one.
Yep.
3, 2.
And that's where she does let herself down, and at the very top level, we're talking top 4, top 5 in the world. Couple of unforced errors. Forced errors are okay. You know, if somebody smashes at you and you can't retrieve it and it just goes out, you know, that's fair enough. It was a good smash. You can't be expected to get everything back when your opponent hits a good shot. When you're under no pressure, like that return of serve in the previous point, and there, for example, whilst she was quite low, she can't afford to miss that. She just can't, not at this level, because she'll come up against Chen Yufei, Han Yue, An Se-young, and they won't allow it.
They won't allow it. They won't make this.
They won't make them.
They'll punish.
And otherwise it's 50-50, and so you end up losing the match 21-18, 21-18.
Yeah.
Just from a couple of unforced errors per game.
That
so
becomes the deciding factor, right?
Exactly. You need to cut that out, and if she does, she's a real world beater.
As we see Pusarla v Sindhu sort of take the initiative here early on in the opening game. The last time they met was more than a year ago in Malaysia Masters final. Wang Zhi having to come from a game down 16-21 to win it 21-5, 21-16. But, you know, it's a very different Wang Zhi now as well, in terms of growth, in terms of form.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, I agree. I'd be fascinated, that's lovely. I'd be fascinated to see and hear what Erwin Shire, PV Sindhu's coach, sat in the far right background there, what their discussions have been in the training sessions leading up to this. Since yesterday's match against Lechana, since then, whether it was last night, yesterday afternoon, this morning at breakfast, whatever it might be, I'd love to know what the plan is, and I can't wait to listen to them in the interval, actually. It requires an aggressive PV Sindhu. It requires her starting this match as if it was 18-all in the third, and being intense, because she hasn't shown us that in the last 2 days. I've watched both the matches against Nalbantova and Lechana.
The intensity.
She just had a fairly loose, not in top gear kind of start, slow start, and has allowed those 2 new opponents to her to be in the match and start dictating. If Nalbantova had a bit more experience, was a bit older, I feel she would have won that opening game, and it would have been potentially an entirely different match. Yesterday she looked good against Lechana, who threw the kitchen sink at her to start with, but the second half of the game, after the coaching interval, Sindhu found a way to play which she wasn't showing us at the start. Physically, she's great. Emotionally and
mentally?
Yeah, mentally, she's not necessarily the strongest player on tour, PV Sindhu. And so that would have been an important part of the preparation for this match. And she's having a good start here, which is great to see. That is excellent.
Service over.
Nods, appreciation, smiles with the coach. This is Sindhu in as good a form as I've seen for a while. Loose net shot, I think, from Wang. I think that could have been a bit tighter.
Yeah.
And the important part was Sindhu is aggressive in the opportunity, taking those chances.
And again, just going on the charge. You know, I remember in 2019 when she won the World Championships, and after she won the World Championships, Nozomi Okuhara, who she beat in that final, said that, you know, when Sindhu is aggressive and attacking, there is no way to play her.
Yeah, I mean...
that's just, you know,
she might be talking about herself in terms of no way to play her. And there are others that I think would struggle. I mean, yeah, that was a great rivalry, by the way, with Okuhara. Those World Championship finals and semi-finals were amazing.
They had contrasting styles, right? They had very contrasting styles.
Completely contrasting style, yeah. And that's the thing. That's not necessarily the same case for the likes of Wang Zhi, who is a bit more physical and covers the court a bit easier. She's taller. She's got more in her armory. But Okuhara would have been right. When Sindhu is firing, and it's all going in, it's all working, and she's getting her timing right, she's, yeah, very, very difficult to cope with. Can Sindhu keep that up for an entire match? I'm not sure she can keep it up for an entire game at the moment. And again, we're friendly, Sindhu and I. You know, we get along really well, and I don't mean any disrespect in that. It's just from what we've seen this week, there's been times when she's been very up and down.
I see Wang Zhi challenge that.
Yeah, it looked out to me. So I think this is Sindhu with a 5-point lead, personally, and she's playing as best as I've seen her play for a long time, and that's massive credit to Sindhu and the coach.
10-6. She's got a 4-point advantage over the world number 2. Last 3 matches have all gone to 3. That is out. And
one challenge remaining.
So unsuccessful challenge, and it's Sindhu who goes into the break. 11-6 up, 5-point advantage. She's led from the front here.
我就注意他可以，然后他放完球我挑起来就行。不一定要多搓，你就正常拉开，然后指第二个是心态。
11-6 play.
So the back and forth, 11-6 up, and it's PV Sindhu who leads by 5. She is taking on the world number 2, of course, in this 3rd round match.
Yeah, we weren't able to catch a lot of the break. It's with the court next door, court 4, right close by in the crowd. Getting involved, it's difficult to hear anything, but you could see by the body language, it was very positive. It was 50-50 chat, which is nice, rather than the coach just sort of being autocratic and sort of telling you what to do. It's nice when I see a player who's saying, look, this is working, I think this is going on, I'm happy with this, you know, all much more positive, nodding and smiling, and it's been a great start for Sindhu.
So now Wang Zhi, having had that little break,
11.
also had the opportunity to reset. And I'm sure her coach had plenty to tell her as well about the start that she's had. And it's not, I mean, it's not been bad. It's just that Sindhu has decided to take the initiative, has decided to turn aggressor.
Oh, it's a shame. I think that's just gone long.
Yeah,
that's right. And you said earlier about Okuhara's opinion of Sindhu, and you're right. She's got weapons that others haven't. I mean, one of them is her height and her reach.
Yeah.
She's got long limbs, long legs. When she's moving well and taking the shuttle early, and it's not really something that many players around the world can train against, because where can you find another Sindhu to bring into your training hall that's got her qualities?
Yeah.
And so it is you've got to change very slight things, 10-15%. You've got to give your lifts a little bit more height. You've got to get your clears a little bit more punch, or again height, because otherwise if Sindhu cuts it out, you're in big trouble.
Well, just as you say that, clearly the changes she's made is working. She's leveled the score. That's 5 in a row for Wang Zhi. Yeah, nice shot.
Good rallies going wide.
Wang Zhi now back in the lead for the first time since 2-1 in this opening game.
Sindhu has to stay positive. She started the match with a brilliant, positive mindset, and this is going to be a test of the mental capacities of the Indian.
Service over. 12 all.
Lots of chat with Owen Shire. Almost every point turns to the coach. So important for Sindhu to have that good coaching relationship.
Well, she's led the Indian women's singles charge for so long, PV Sindhu. You know, expectation automatic when she steps onto the court, even though she's 30 years of age and has won so much already.
Yeah, we had breakfast actually in the China Open, or rather we were sat near each other and stopped for a chat and a coffee. She's talking about her marriage last year, and she's moved house and moved city, and I said to her, I was quite honest, I said, it's just wonderful to see the fire in the belly, to see you still competing. Now you're 30, sliding down the rankings. You've been there and done it all. She's got her millions. It's no secret that she's one of the richest sports women in the world, not just badminton players, but she was top 10 sports females on the Forbes rich list a few years ago. The sponsorship deals, what she gets from the Indian regions and government, we're talking hundreds of thousands of pounds for every big win, you know, like millions. The motivation, that's what I questioned. You know, why are you still motivated to do this now that you're 30? She wants to win. She still thinks she's got a lot to give, and she wants to win. And it was solidified by the chats I've had with Owen Shire in recent months. She works very hard in training. Physically, she still gives everything. It's actually more the mental side of the game that is the challenge for Sindhu.
Yeah, good defense. Was at full stretch there, Sindhu, but Wang Zhi persisting.
14 all.
Wang Zhi fighting really hard to get back into this opening game. And for me, it's a must for Sindhu,
yes,
this opening game.
Yes.
After the way she started.
Agreed.
If this one slides, I think it's going to be a very difficult comeback. But I think Wang Zhi, if she loses this, it's still very much a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
Good exchange at the net. It's getting a bit harder to hear ourselves thinking here, Mosh, with the atmosphere. As,
it's about to pick up, Bobby.
Yeah, there are French on court one, and it's a great atmosphere inside the Adidas Arena, particularly when the French are in action.
Yeah, it's about to pick up. It's about to get really loud. Last two games of the morning session on court one are French players. I mean, we have to talk through the noise, but those two women are there, have to play through that noise. I've always found it amazing how badminton players can tune out, you know, the other matches going on around them, the audience, everything, and just focus, zone in on their match, you know. The arena fits 2, 3, 4 courts. Like this one has 4. And you tune all that out.
Yeah, I must admit, I've never found that part that difficult, and perhaps most players are the same. You're so focused on the shuttle. What's going on other courts in the arena, you're not really paying any attention to until the final whistle is blown, and you know,
yeah.
You need to appreciate. And suddenly you look around and you realise, oh yeah, there's 2, 3, 5,000 people watching this.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot.
And I find that amazing, because you know, most sports you don't have to compete with those elements as well. You know, in addition to what you're anyways doing out there on the field, on the court, on the pitch.
Yeah.
Service over.
1 point
15,
game. Wang Zhi.
16.
Yeah, she's done well, Sindhu, not to allow Wang Zhi to take the lead here. It came close.
It's okay, next point, Sindhu.
It's been a 1 point game the other way a couple of times, but no more than that. And there's a lot going into this opener for PV Sindhu.
Put away nicely by Wang Zhi.
16 all.
Yeah, Sindhu just a little slow to get back to base after this clear. Just sort of wandered back to the middle. I think she needs to just be a little bit more aware of
Space.
clear out. Well, it's her opponent. As soon as you've cleared, you can look at what your opponent's doing. If they're rushing to get behind the shuttle, then you need to rush to get down low and back to middle as quickly as possible. Good rally.
This is turning out to be a really good rally. Look at that, both women. Oh!
Great body shots. Good mix-up variation from Wang Zhi.
16.
Very tough battle now going on. This is sort of Sindhu of old, those battles, those titanic battles throughout 17, 18 and 19, where we saw in big moments, big matches, Sindhu fighting hard.
Yeah. Irvin Shah, as you mentioned, on the sidelines, just trying to encourage her. So close. Just needs to stay mentally focused on this last few points. The next one going to be a massive one. Judgment from Sindhu.
16.
She's landed in. 18-16 now. Wang Zhi takes the lead. She's never had a 2-point lead in this opening game. It's the first time. What a time to do it.
Service over. 17-18.
It's a 1-point game. That's out. Just missed the line, Sindhu.
Service over.
But you can see Wang Zhi trying to sort of nullify the attacks. You don't see as many smashes now coming on the Sindhu end, coming from the Sindhu end. She's having to look for those opportunities more.
Here we go.
There, that one.
Well, that's where, yeah, the smash is coming, but it's not the sort of big, sort of wild smash that's really aiming to be a winner.
19.
It's more of a building smash. So the first one was sort of just into the court, into the body, no mistakes being made. Build the rally from there, and that's good. Wang Zhi's defense as well. If you can just keep the shuttle going, to keep turning the shuttle off that Sindhu smash, make Sindhu move, that's where, while she's got the long legs and covers the court with a couple of strides, her footwork isn't as smooth and patterned as many. You know, I was applauding Yamaguchi earlier for looking so controlled and balanced and strong. It's not been a strength of Sindhu's over the years, and so something Wang Zhi needs to combat here. Oh, net cord.
Yeah.
20.
Right.
Game point.
So
19.
after making up 2 points, she's now set up the solitary game point opportunity. Pusarla v Sindhu. Got it back to 19 all. Now has a chance here. Yes, she does it with a big smash. I mean, she just took the initiative right away from Wang Zhi, didn't she?
Yeah, those last 2 points, sadly for Wang Zhi, were so cheaply given away. It's quite amazing after all that hard work and a brilliant performance. Let's not forget from Sindhu. She was emphatic in that, and the best single game I've seen out of all 5 she's played so far this week.
Everything is pushed because she's already waiting to in the back. Okay, just like that. Also, when you non-net, she's not nice to dribbling. So you just push ready, and then when she's net back, but also when then sometimes to break to kill. Okay, but the other thing like that, punch clear, but not the clear like this. Yeah. Also, you need to be attacked also. Yeah. Most of the time, attack Sindhu. Here to hear Sindhu to like her, and then you go forward straight. Yeah. It's good. Also, after you leave or every, you just ready faster. Don't slow. Okay. Simple. Yeah. At the moment, it's difficult to attack you directly. But also, sometimes you just stick cross. That's all. But just simple. Okay? Come on, yeah? Ayo.
Court to 20 seconds. Court to 20 seconds. Second game.
Back and forth after PV Sindhu snatched that opening game 21-19. Because it really went down to the wire when Wang Zhi was 19-17 up. PV Sindhu went on a 3-point run to bring up game point and then secured it on the 4th straight point.
Clever. Punch clear from Wang Zhi. He really got the better of Sindhu.
Service over. 1 love. Change.
Bit of a difference in style at that coaching interval. It was all led by the coach. I don't think Sindhu really said much. And he was, Owen Shire gave 5, 6, 7 different instructions. It was a lot to take in, actually. Seemed that the coach was feeling the pressure out here of
Service over.
the opportunity that lies ahead.
1-all.
In a great position, taking the opener against one of the top seeds in the event. Just talking about the net for one, we just saw it in that rally. That Wang Zhi is not necessarily looking to hunt the net after a net shot, backing off and allowing Sindhu then to do that and take the net away.
2.
Variation in the height clears, talking about where to attack and use the body. There's a lot of technical things going on in that chat. It's landed in, I think.
3.
Just got the back line.
1.
PV Sindhu. And now, again, making a positive start to game 2, which will be necessary, trying to keep the momentum on her side. That's landed in. Misjudgment from Sindhu there.
Service over. 2, 3.
That's one long. Yeah. Level scores now.
3-all.
Sindhu. Will need to keep the intensity she had. You talked about maintaining an intensity. She showed a lot of fight in that opening game. You know, despite going down 17-19, showed that intensity, showed that fight, and now, as I'm sure Wang Zhi will try to make a move early on, she'll need to remember to keep that intensity.
Yeah, and that intensity was there right from the start as well, wasn't it? Wasn't she 8-3 up or something like that, Sindhu, in the opening game? Just goes to show that you can't afford to have a poor start, especially against a player of this quality.
I think one of the things about PV Sindhu is also, there's no doubt what a good player she is, and you know how well she's done for Indian women's singles, Indian badminton in general. But
sorry, go on.
She also somehow, on the biggest of arenas,
Service over.
she brings out the best of her.
Yeah, I mean, look at this rally from start to finish. She gets in a bit of trouble where Wang was recovering. She goes for that sort of fast drop to middle to recover. It was a brilliant choice. And then patience, waits for that moment where she can use that cross slice when she's got lots of time and recover if it comes back. You're absolutely right. I think she's a big occasion player. And it doesn't get a lot bigger than the World Championships.
See there, Wang Zhi again does well with that defensive shot midway through the rally, just to prolong it.
5-all.
Finds the opportunity with that.
Yeah, bad choice there, going cross. Has to be smart here, Sindhu. There's variation, and then there's sort of overcompensating. We talked about that singles earlier with Lee Chuk-yu having to take more risks. I don't think Sindhu given the intensity levels and the style of match, has to take loads of risks, but she has to take some. And it's that balance. It's finding the balance as to when to do something a bit unorthodox and when just to keep it simple.
6-5.
Good from Wang. Oh, what a recovery. Wang Zhi really trying to be the aggressor in the rally and then paying the price for not getting through on the first attack. Sindhu gets straight on with the job. Again, Wang with the deceptive backhand drive. Feels to me like it's Wang Zhi that's actually feeling a lot of pressure here.
Wang Zhi challenges called out.
I think
clutching at straws, Mosh. This I hate these challenges. When you've lifted it to the back or you've cleared it to the back, right? The shuttle's got so much time.
Yeah.
If your opponent thinks it's out, they're the ones at most risk for making a bad decision. Yeah. So that's point A. That's got to be 50% of the vote as to, all right, my opponent thinks it out. So chances are it's probably out.
It's probably out.
The line just then calls it out.
And you still want to have a go.
Yeah, but you've got so much time. That's 2 people that have said this is out who actually matter.
Yeah.
You know, challenge the ones that are fast and flat, the drives, the smashes, the ones that go sideways. Not the lift to the back line. That's just a waste.
Play.
Getting animated today, Mosh. Everything's intense. I'm getting excited.
You're getting excited about what you're watching on court, Bobby. But you're not the first one to say it. I remember, I think it was China Open when I was with Kirsty Gilmour, and she's like, you know, I'd like to almost have this study done as to challenging on the opposite side backline and how many times people get it right.
Very few. And like I say, if it's a smash that goes flat, you know, you see it in men's doubles a lot. They use that back tram line to where they hit kills and smashes. Challenge those by all means, because it's hard to see. And you've got a good feeling and instinct.
I mean,
9.
While we are talking about that, Pusarla v Sindhu is really charged up now. That's 3 points, 3 big points in her favor as we head to the mid-game break. Yeah, she's had 4 in a row, in fact. She was 5-6 down, Sindhu, and she's...
Oh dear, what's happened there?
I wonder what's going on with Wang Zhi, though.
She's just completely mistimed that. I think she's hit her own service line with the smash. She's rattled here, Wang Zhi. Absorbing that pressure from the Chinese again, Sindhu, and it's landed in.
She has a big yell at the end of that point, a big come on from PV Sindhu, 11-6 at the break.
I want to hear this coaching interval. Sindhu is having the game of her, well, the last couple of years at least here.
Sometimes you net like that, sometimes push, so not everything push, and then now she's, variation like that, and then you see, that smash also, forehand suddenly, stick that. You drop shot also, Sindhu, just doing that. Not cuma boom, no. Always control attack, okay? And then important is net. Net is important. Sometimes
20 seconds.
Okay. Come on, Sindhu,
Sindhu, the contour. Wang Zhi, the contour. 11-6.
Players back on court, and Sindhu in a 6-point run to go into the mid-game break, 11-6. Nice words from Irfan Shah, Bobby. He's such a calming figure as well when he's giving that advice, or he's, talking to her.
Yeah, the last couple of days I've watched Sindhu's matches with your husband, in fact, and we were talking about his arm round the shoulder approach. I think
Wang
this is
Zhi challenges called out.
And whilst that's true, yeah, I mean, he's also the one that, you know, put Ginting or Christie on the stretcher in a training session. You know, so don't get me wrong, he is like a father figure, and he's very supportive. But when he wants something done, you've got to respect that because he does have that sort of mindset of, like, this is what I want.
Yep.
And it's a bit like when you're a naughty teenager and you know your parents are angry with you, but they're not showing the anger. They just say, oh, look, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
And that hurts even more sometimes. That's a little bit like the relationship with her. He's such a lovely character in that respect. But yeah, you're absolutely, I mean, he had some good things to say. He says the net's really important, you've got to control it. Use the, you know, clip it down, be safe, keep the pace up. And all things that Sindhu is doing.
I mean, that is characteristic Sindhu. That last point she does that so well, and that's how she's destroyed so many people. It's just, you know, 3 shots, rallies, and she just kills it.
I just hope PV Sindhu can keep her head, because if she stays where she is mentally with this intensity level, she is proving to be a real problem for Wang Zhi, and is likely to cause a massive upset here. We've seen some huge upsets over the last couple of days.
There's something about court 2, Bobby.
What a rally this is, by the way.
Yes, we're still going.
Physically now, what have they got left? It's Sindhu that makes the error, just took it a bit low, let it drop.
Yep.
8.
That was a physical challenge for both, and having to stay alert throughout that was always going to be difficult.
I can tell you something as well. If Sindhu beats Wang Zhi here, and Wang Zhi is not doing, she's not having a brilliant game, but she's not doing an awful lot wrong. It's simply Sindhu.
But that's what Sindhu's attack can do to you, right? That's what Sindhu's style can do to a player. It can just completely silence it out.
And clearly, how much does the World Championships mean to PV Sindhu?
Yeah.
The rest of the draw will worry, because everyone knows what you're going to get from Wang Zhi. Nobody wants to face a Sindhu. Imagine Sindhu back in 2018 or 19. If she's playing back in that kind of form with that kind of ferocity, nobody's going to want to face that.
Well, she still has a 3-point advantage. Wang Zhi doing well to claw back a few. Question is, can she hold on, PV Sindhu? Just seeing her records, I mean, this year has not been the best for reading. Last best finish was quarterfinals at India Open.
Yeah, well, that's why it's such a big surprise, actually, and why at the beginning, before the match, I'm guilty, as many will be as well, of sort of writing Sindhu off here. I didn't expect her to really compete with Wang Zhi, given the last sort of 18 months, the form she's had and what she's shown us.
Yeah.
This is Sindhu of old. Good block.
Yeah.
That was another thing Owen Shah said in that mid-game break. When she hits down at you, stop trying to whip it cross-court and up. Just
great net shot.
Oh, some great rallies, by the way, in this match. Just play it safe. Block it straight if it's a cross smash. Block it cross if it's a straight smash, you know, and rebuild.
Here comes the injection of pace from Sindhu.
Want to know physically if Sindhu's got the stamina. And oh no, that was left more in hope.
Yes.
After a long rally.
That was going to be tough. It was not Sindhu just not being able to get back there in time. Really.
I can't see physically Sindhu surviving a third game at this sort of intensity level. It will be fascinating to see if she can.
And I think it would be an apt strategy for Wang Zhi to engage in these long rallies to try and tire Sindhu out, because Sindhu doesn't want it to go that way.
Absolutely, I believe that too. I mean, that was the longest rally of the match, and a few more of those might really drain Sindhu, who, if she started the match with that kind of intensity, it's not just physical, but it's a mental and emotional weariness she's going to start feeling as well. And credit to Wang Zhi in this second game after that 6-point run that Sindhu went on, for just going about her business here and getting herself back into a fighting position.
That's 4 straight points. Ah, well left.
Really well left.
Late decision, but
that's a brave decision too,
yeah.
you know, because if that had ended up clipping the line and Sindhu was in position to play it, she'll feel really disheartened.
But this is what, you know, we saw it in the opening game as well, where Sindhu started off really well, Wang Zhi closed in, but Sindhu just had that alertness and focus about her to stay.
That's brilliant from the Indian.
To stay in the match and then just take it away from Wang Zhi eventually.
This whole rally, that was a cross block from Sindhu. It was played perfectly. Wang Zhi had to dive on the penultimate shot. Finishes really nicely too, and she's pretty deep in court as well from there.
Thank you. Players back on court.
She's got to win this in 2, Mosh, I think, for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. It's a 3-point game. And I think, you know, it's just... I think everyone would enjoy seeing Sindhu back.
Indian badminton will go mad.
Yes, absolutely.
If Sindhu gets through this. I mean, Ranki Reddy and Shetty were looking pretty good.
Number 2, right? You're talking about
15.
China's #1 women's singles player, you know. This is no easy task for even the best players in the world. And Sindhu is definitely one of the best players in the world.
Well, yesterday it felt like it was Denmark's day with the mixed doubles performances they had, and we've already seen today in mixed, Dhruv Kapila and Tanisha Krasto got the better of Fitzy's Tang and Say from Hong Kong. I mean, that's an amazing result for India.
Maybe it's India's day today, you think?
That's what I'm thinking. If Sindhu can carry this on now with a 5-point lead, this is absolutely going to be India's day. Ranki Reddy and Shetty would then have to finish things off for the men's doubles against Liang and Wang later on court 1 as well, though. That's tough.
12.
But even if they get 2 out of 3, they'll be happy, I think. I mean, this is a huge moment.
I think 1 out of 3, and especially this one.
This is a huge moment.
I think if they can get Sindhu into the quarters.
Yeah, I agree. It's a huge moment.
All the excitement, I've forgotten who the quarter-final lineup would be.
Sindhu is going to face Wardani.
Oh, don't say that yet, Mosh.
Sindhu
hasn't won it yet.
Sorry, if it's Sindhu. The winner is going to face Wardani.
It's a good draw.
Yeah, and then Yamaguchi potentially in the semi-finals. Again, potentially.
Yamaguchi and Han Yue in the other quarter. That affects that side of the draw.
Ooh.
Great rally for Sindhu.
1 point! Oh my God, that was very touch and go. But look at the alertness from PV Sindhu. I mean,
service over.
That is a tight net exchange, but look at the defense.
The bravery for Sindhu to play net back from that low down is just superb. Sindhu's having the game of her year by far here.
That is the point of the match. I mean, she sent Wang Zhi running, chasing the shuttle.
Yeah, just getting ahead of ourselves again quickly. Wardani waiting in the quarters.
Yes.
Oh, she's through. She beats Miyazaki.
No, yeah, exactly. And she beat her really well.
But Yamaguchi and Han Yue in the other quarter, that affects that semi-final draw.
Yeah.
You'd rather face Wardani. So this is open. This is an opportunity for PV Sindhu.
You're thinking bronze medal opportunity already, aren't you?
Why not gold? Why not gold?
Wow.
No, I mean, to do this day in, day out, given what Sindhu's done over the last 18 months, I think is a stretch too far.
I think we're just excited.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Well, why not? This is amazing for Indian badminton and for Sindhu.
If it does happen that way. She's 4 points
Fault.
ahead.
Ball.
Oh, there's a fault.
With the net.
Oh, Wang Zhi. I
You hit
think
the net.
Wang Zhi's racket hit the
Yeah, you hit
bottom
the net, yeah.
of the
Hit the net. Yeah,
picking
he's
up,
saying hit the net.
picking up that tight net
Service
shot. She was
over.
low down.
18.
Wonder if we can get a
Can't quite
replay
believe
of that at all. Yeah, here we
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, it was the after. It was the recovery.
It was on the, yeah.
I think that's harsh, you know. I don't like that rule. It doesn't impact the game at all.
Sindhu's
Rules.
got her tail up here.
Rules is rules, as they say.
Misjudgment on the back line from Sindhu.
Service over.
But she's got enough of a cushion to
14,
still feel good about her
18.
chances now. PV Sindhu. I mean, especially the way she played the first game and the way she had to come back to take the first game, she would be feeling confident now being 18-14 up. And against someone like Wang Zhi.
Owen Shah still sat back in his chair down to our right behind Sindhu. I'm amazed, actually. I think I'd be on the edge of my seat
Yeah.
there.
This is why he's a calm and collected figure.
Yeah. Good block. Sindhu really giving this everything she's got. Oh, lovely net again. And it's gone long.
Yeah, big yells now
Service
from
over.
PV Sindhu because she can sense the
19-14.
finish line at 19-14 against the world #2. It is, what a moment. Wang Zhi, like I said, outside of An Se-young, the informed player in women's singles, and potentially a straight games defeat now at the hands of PV Sindhu. 2 points away, make that 1. You've got 6 match point opportunities for Pusarla v
20
Sindhu. She has
match
rattled
point,
Wang Zhi
14.
today.
Oh, it's just been incredible, and I hope badminton fans watching this can really appreciate the situation, the circumstances, and the momentous occasion this is looking like it's about to be, because PV Sindhu at 30 years old is arguably miles from her best and shouldn't have been a threat today to Wang Zhi.
She saves
Brilliant
1.
smash.
Was cross-court with the smash. Wang Zhi still has 5 match point opportunities, Sindhu.
What does it say about PV Sindhu? What a fighter. Underestimated by me and by, I'm sure, a lot of people. This is just possibly the upset of the tournament. We've seen some. We've seen some pretty big ones. I love the way the Danes beat the Chinese
Yesterday
top
was,
seeds.
yeah.
But honestly, for me, this is even more surprising.
Sindhu trying to take the initiative here. High lift.
Good lift. Got a good length there. That's the bravery of Sindhu today. That is brilliant from PV Sindhu.
And she does it with a net shot. She doesn't go for the big attacking, smash of hers. She shows great temperament, great quality, and wins it with a lovely net shot at the end. Look at that. We have seen some mammoth upsets on court 2 over the last 4 days. This one's right up there. PV Sindhu knocking out the world #2, 21-15 in the second game.
21-19, 21-15.
I am over the moon for PV Sindhu. What a result, what a performance. It is PV Sindhu of old. I'm glad she's back. She might be a threat for this tournament yet, and I'm just blown away. That is excellent for the Indian shuttler.
46 minutes is what it took for Pusarla v Sindhu to see off the #2 seed, the world #2, 21-19, 21-15. She's through to the quarterfinals where she will face Wardani. But it's looking good. What an upset, what a moment for the former world champion, showing her class, showing her pedigree. PV Sindhu marches on with a straight games win. She will be super thrilled with that result, with that performance, and it's end of the road for Wang Zhi, the world #2. Wow, we've had quite the session here on Court 1. Remember, we're back at 5 p.m. on Court 2 local time with 5 more matches. So do remember to join us then. But from me, Moshimidat, and from Mr. Bobby Griffin, thank you so much for being with us today at the Adidas Arena.